We embarked on a journey that led us into a small shipbuilding village. There we sought shelter in the tavern. Once there, we discovered that Borty had never had the tingles of a woman. So we set him up on an excursion. It was an adventure for Borty. He got to feel his first touch. But the rest of us sat in our bunk room and waited. When we heard an excursion, a loud noise from downstairs. We went downstairs to discover that the cursed bears have invaded from the mountains down into the village and were murdering and slaughtering everybody. We lit a torch and we parlayed with them. And the leader of the group that was inside the tavern slaughtering and eating all of the people. Their hunger was satiated only by the flesh of mortal man. We parlayed with them and allowed them to give us access to pass through, telling them of the king's journey here. But they demanded a sacrifice. Benny sacrificed himself for the greater good of the rest of us. Being a cleric of Tyr, he knew what must be done, and I assisted him. We escaped out the window and ran through the village, trying to get out to the gates of it, and closed the gates behind us to not let any of the cursed bears follow us. But yet 3 cursed bears were waiting for us. We had to slay them. Once slaying them, I gathered up a body. My brother, Igni, and Borty helped, and we took off into the woods, headed towards a small town where we would link up with Fern. But we stopped. We sacrificed the body and blood-eagled it of the cursed bear. I had my brother put the blessing of the Raven One upon his blood, and I consumed the heart. On my forearm I removed my bracer, and I let the skull mouth onto it, and I smashed the skull to get bitten by there. Bear warriors used to have the shapeshifters, and they used to be an honorable clan until they became cursed. And I will bring back that honor. If Odin so sees it, then we shall be granted the power of the bear. We moved into Hauhafen and met up with Fern in the city. There, we requested provisioning of supplies as Borty showed her how to, or attempted to convince her in how to make apple ale or apple mead. Once that was completed, we got a place for the evening and we stayed in the cellar. We gave her a list of provisions and money, and Fern gathered all of that up for us. As we moved through that night and into the next morning, our supplies were dropped off and we picked them up. Gathering everything that is needed, we started to move into the cursed forest. When we got to the edge and next to the marker that told you of the dangers, we ran into Fern and we headed into the cursed forest. Going and traveling through the cursed forest, we can tell we were being followed. We came upon our old friend Eastar. Eastar and his people were watching us. We are loud when moving through the forest. But we did not bring him any food, for they claim the flesh of men, for he is a troll. So we gave him the skull of the bear warrior. After consuming part of the face, he gave it back. But he said next time, bring more men. With that being said, we continued our journey through the cursed forest, and we moved towards the mountain pass to alert the bear warriors of the upcoming doom from the king's army. With that being said, Benny was being a tragic loss for our people, but yet we still have the power of the Raven One and Odin with us. We shall journey further and deeper up the pass. We shall help guide them to let our people know, and take Fern to the east and then to the north, our correction to the west and then to the north, and then alert her people as well. Until then, happy adventures, and praise Odin the All-Father.